For as long as I can remember, I've chased adventure. Journeying into the unknown, discovering new things, trailblazing paths towards new horizons. When I was young, almost every single day held something unique for me to uncover, a new corner of the world to explore, or a new pattern of thought for my developing mind. However, with the passing of time, adventures have become fewer and farther between. Being an adult has its fair share of excitement, but it seems to pale in comparison to the thrills of my childhood. Needless to say, it takes something special to reignite that childhood sense of discovery. Enter Outer Wilds. Outer Wilds is an adventure game that's actually about adventure, specifically. The elevator pitch would be something along the lines of, you're somewhere between an alien Boy Scout and an astronaut, setting off in your spaceship to explore your solar system. Oh, and along the way, learn about an extinct alien civilization and the intricacies of time. No big deal. In the spirit of intrigue, there isn't any background information given upon starting the game. In fact, the first thing to appear past the main menu is a button prompt to simply wake up. No cutscenes, no tutorials, just an open-ended invitation to satiate your curiosity. Your eyes, which the observant will notice have a vertical orientation, open to a massive view of a celestial body and a curious little poof of something darting across the star-laden sky. From that first moment, questions arise. With nothing else to go on, your instincts instantly urge you to investigate. And from there, you're effortlessly sucked into a deep, fascinating adventure that lets you, not the game, direct where it goes. There's a beauty to the simplicity here. There isn't an in-game guide telling you what to find or do next, instead opting to let you uncover the details of the world organically as you see fit. This freedom is, well, freeing, and immerses you in an experience that seems like it doesn't require a controller to navigate. There isn't a steep learning curve in Outer Wilds, things just work intuitively. If a planet has a spot you want to explore, fly there. See a weird-looking comet? Perform a difficult landing and reveal its secrets. Since you never simply fast travel to points on a map or follow objective markers, you initially spend a huge chunk of time simply roaming the vast voids of space to see what captures your attention. It feels akin to learning the streets in a new city, slowly memorizing all the eccentricities and shortcuts. This is space exploration at its absolute finest. In many ways, Outer Wilds draws inspiration from more large-scale and ambitious projects like No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky features a procedurally generated universe to explore ad infinitum, which, while sounding great on paper, led to numerous issues and complaints on the initial full release. Outer Wilds takes the core concept of limitless, free-roaming space and condenses it into a much more succinct and enjoyable package. The freedom to travel to any point in the solar system is absolutely incredible, and doing so with manageable-sized environments keeps it from feeling overwhelming. It reminds me of how I felt upon discovering the galaxy map for the first time in Mass Effect, although that is a video for another day. Comparisons aside, flying through empty space has never felt more tense and thrilling. Each second spent calibrating yourself on the perfect trajectory toward your target, and rest assured, every second counts. That's the thing about Outer Wilds. You're always somewhat on edge. The inky blacks of space pose an inherent threat to the uninitiated. Whether in your ship or planetside, straying off course to take unnecessary risks while traversing will result in almost certain death. When your first inevitable demise occurs, you are brought back to the starting point of the game, where your eyes open again to that familiar poof in the sky, and then After another foray into deep space, just when you feel like you've got the hang of being a cosmonaut, the world resets for no discernible reason, and you're whisked back to the beginning of your adventure. This gameplay loop reminds me of the Dark Souls series, where the cycle of dying and respawning from a set point is crucial and often necessary to advance. This cycle also serves as a core component of the universal mystery you're setting out to solve. Upon death, for lack of a better term, the information you've gathered through your journey remains intact, but the world itself resets. Without giving anything away, the integration of real-world time into both the story and puzzle setups takes the aforementioned gameplay loop to meteoric new heights. So few games can capitalize on the idea of death as a gameplay mechanic, but Outer Wilds does it with aplomb. I soon found myself strategically both avoiding and embracing the reset for the purposes of solving individual puzzles, all the while gathering tiny slivers of information to fill out the ship log. In Outer Wilds, information is a currency, and you, a humble beggar looking for anything to fill your empty coffers. This feeling of being left to uncover clues and riddles at your own pace, governed only by your critical thinking, is reminiscent of titles like The Witness and Riven. While never asking quite as much of you as The Witness and never being so cryptically dense as Riven, Outer Wilds rewards you with the same feeling of perseverance and accomplishment. The level of craft is in and of itself a celebration of both the adventure genre and video games as a whole. Games like these simply don't come out every day, or even every year for that matter. The amount of skill it takes to create such an intertwined world with an astonishing amount of moving parts is humbling. It's a testament to the fact that not all games need AAA budgets or cutting-edge technology to do something incredible and influential. That being said, I'm thankful that the technology exists to fully realize the vision of the universe. Environments are impeccably designed, with color palettes that bring the worlds to life in breathtaking ways. There is a slightly cartoonish yet inviting feel to everything, making every last detail worth studying. The planet designs are equally stellar, pun intended, and quite frankly are the most clever environments I've played in recent memory. Each has a different gimmick, for lack of a better word, which dictates how you go about both exploring and solving puzzles on that given celestial body. It's a brilliant blend of varied, memorable locales and top-notch puzzle crafting. The cherry on top of it all is, as I alluded to before, that the universe is constantly advancing in real time, time you have to manage wisely in order to uncover every last secret. Of the 5 planets, plus 1 comet, the Hourglass Twins stand out as perhaps the most intriguing. While being almost impossible to explain without giving away major points of the story and/or spoiling the discovery, trust me when I say that their design represents a level of intelligence and ingenuity that will be tough for games, past, present, or future, to match. They're unequivocally spectacular. It's hard to mention the visuals of Outer Wilds without talking about its equally, if not more, phenomenal soundtrack and sound design. It's easily my favorite video game score since perhaps The Last of Us, and it is available both on Spotify and for purchase, which I highly recommend. There's a different musical theme for every planet, and they are all hauntingly beautiful. It's a combination of soft, almost meditative acoustic guitar with some banjo thrown in to fit the camp theme, and huge, ambient soundscapes that capture the splendor of outer space. I often found myself just staring off at some beautiful scene for minutes at a time, just so I could hear the entirety of an audio track, which, when juxtaposed with the idea that you are constantly fighting against the passing of time, gives Outer Wilds an inherently meta quality, if you're into that sort of thing. It's a level of serenity that is remarkable for any medium. The sound effects themselves are top-notch too, the resounding thud of launching a probe into space, the sound from inside your spacesuit, the whoosh from your ship's rockets as you descend towards a planet. It should also be noted that there's no spoken dialogue, putting that much more emphasis on the sounds of the universe themselves. I feel as though I could go on forever about Outer Wilds. By now, most people have heard, seen, and read plenty about this one-of-a-kind game, and I think that speaks volumes about the industry as a whole. When a game this special comes along, no matter the budget, the hype, the graphics, the genre, people notice. It's exciting to experience the formation of a cult classic in real time, a cult full of people eager to satisfy their craving for adventure and mystery. I hope years from now, people are still discovering this game for the first time, grinning as they fly out into space to tackle the great unknown. Outer Wilds speaks to every single part of me. The little kid using my imagination to pilot into the stars and find hidden secrets. The adult craving efficiency and mind-expanding puzzles, and of course, the gamer, intent upon mastering the mechanics of something and reaching the finish line. I'll be thinking about Outer Wilds for years to come, and I can safely say that it's now my new standard for adventure games. Now go explore, friends.